Beloved one, hear and receive this urgent message with an open heart, for this is not a coincidence nor a random occurrence, but rather a divine turning point in your life, a moment in which heaven intersects with your earthly journey, and Archangel Michael has waited with patience to deliver this personal word to you. Time is of the essence, and the heavens declare with clarity that delay is dangerous, for opportunities are being aligned now, and to hesitate is to risk missing the appointed hour of breakthrough. The urgency of this message cannot be overstated, for massive changes are unfolding before you, not far off in the distant future but right here and now, in this very season. Locked doors that seemed immovable are unlocking, chains that held you back are breaking, and walls that blocked your path are crumbling under divine intervention. You have endured struggles that few have fully understood, and though you often felt unseen and unheard, heaven has recorded every secret tear, every whispered prayer, every groan of your soul, and those hardships were not wasted but instead laid the foundation for the miracle that is about to bloom in your life. Recognition of your struggles is the prelude to vindication, for divine restoration is here, and everything that was stolen, hidden, or denied will be revealed and restored to you with honor. Where you were overlooked, you will now be celebrated, and where you were diminished, you will be elevated. This is the vindication of God, the restoration of dignity, and the unveiling of truth. Do not doubt it, for even in the unseen realm, Archangel Michael has been dispatched to guard you against unseen attacks, to shield you from betrayals, and to ensure that spiritual battles which once threatened to consume you have already been fought and won. This protection is not abstract, it is tangible, and you are being covered by heavenly armies even as you walk through the valley of shadows. Thus, the call comes to you, step into immediate obedience and faith, for to delay is to endanger destiny, while to act in faith is to align with miraculous safety and provision. As you obey, transformation will manifest across all areas of your life. Finances will shift, relationships will be healed or realigned, health will improve, and the peace of mind that once seemed elusive will be firmly established. Those who doubted you, plotted against you, or tried to hinder you will face their own downfall, for the tables are turning, and divine justice will not be denied. Expect 3 key movements of change to unfold before you. The first is clarity, as you will now see the truth without confusion, knowing what is right and being empowered to choose peace over turmoil. The second is provision, as abundance will flow into your life, meeting not only material needs but also aligning divine connections, resources, and opportunities at just the right time. The third is visibility, as your unique light will shine, not through striving or burnout, but naturally guiding others and pointing them toward higher truth. In the midst of this, healing will come to the deep places of pain that you carried for years. Your wounds are being acknowledged, your brokenness is being tended to, and your scars will be transformed into strength and wisdom. Forgiveness will no longer feel impossible. Instead, it will unlock your future, release you from the chains of the past, and build bridges toward wholeness. Divine acceleration of growth is also being granted, for where progress once felt slow and heavy, now a day will feel like weeks and weeks like years. Growth will compress, multiplying your efforts and catapulting you forward, so that what seemed impossible before will suddenly manifest with ease. A small sign will appear first to confirm the shift, and then larger doors and greater opportunities will flood in. Household and relationship restoration is part of this promise. Joy, laughter, rest, and peace will return to your home, and old cycles of conflict will break as reconciliation brings healing to estranged hearts. New levels of compassion and understanding will emerge, and even difficult bonds will find space to breathe and heal. Guidance will also be poured out for your work and creativity, for divine ideas that you receive will be paired with the right opportunities to implement them. Your excellence, kindness, and humility will open doors and establish you in places of influence you never imagined. Letting go and walking new paths will be necessary, for some exits require no explanation, and some doors must close so that new ones can open. Do not fear the loss, for trust in divine shepherding will carry you even in silence or absence of clarity. Health renewal and strength will accompany these changes, as relief will replace stress, balance will replace exhaustion, and strength will become steady and sustainable rather than fleeting and inconsistent. You will walk in vitality that supports your mission rather than hinders it. Identity and calling are being affirmed at this very moment. You are not a mistake, nor an accident, but deliberately crafted, necessary, and chosen by God for a purpose. You will walk confidently knowing that you are seen, called, and equipped personally by heaven, and in this identity you will not falter. Mentors and allies are being aligned to enter your life with the right words and timely help, guiding you with wisdom and encouraging you to embrace both correction and celebration as essential gifts for growth. Fear will be confronted head-on, not with avoidance but with wisdom and love, for you will discern motives with accuracy, silencing suspicion, and walking in brave love. Love will become your default, not because of naivety, but because it reflects divine source and safety. The invitation is before you to act now. No longer delay tasks, dreams, or callings. Sow seeds, take bold steps, and walk in purpose intentionally. Place your days in God's hands, and every decision will align with greater change. Peace amid change will steady you, for peace is not the absence of trouble but the presence of divine assurance. Even when storms rage, your calm spirit will be louder than chaos, testifying to your unshakable foundation. With this comes the promise of divine favor and elevation, as crowns of honor and unexpected exaltation will rest upon you, even astonishing those who opposed you. This elevation is permanent, rooted not in fleeting human approval but in divine appointment. Finally, blessings are being released over your beginnings, your endings, and the moments in between. Gratitude will be your key, unlocking the next door and ensuring you do not miss divine appointments. This is your moment of massive change, and Archangel Michael stands as witness and messenger, calling you into faith, obedience, and courage to embrace the unfolding miracle of your life. Beloved one, as the flow of this message continues, you are reminded again that nothing you have endured has been wasted, for every trial, every delay, and every burden has been a preparation for the season you are now entering, and Archangel Michael declares that what is being released into your life is far greater than what you lost, for the new will not only replace the old but will exceed it with abundance and purpose. The urgency of today's message remains, for heaven is moving swiftly, aligning circumstances, orchestrating connections, and clearing obstacles, and it is crucial that you rise in obedience without hesitation, for hesitation at this point can close doors and hinder momentum. The imminence of massive change is not just a hopeful promise but a divine decree, and as such, you are being ushered into a reality where what was once locked away is now being opened, and what was once withheld is now freely flowing, for divine timing has declared this is the hour. Recognition of your struggles has gone forth before the throne of heaven, and your tears have been stored as evidence of faithfulness, now being returned as testimonies of joy. The hardships you endured were not signs of abandonment but the very soil in which your miracle has taken root, and in due season, the bloom of that miracle will astonish even those who never believed in your journey. Divine restoration and vindication are written into your destiny now, as all hidden matters will be revealed, and honor will replace shame. Where your voice was silenced, it will be amplified. Where your presence was dismissed, it will be acknowledged, and where your efforts were ignored, they will be celebrated. Spiritual warfare has been intense, but your protection has been secure. For Archangel Michael has stood guard, and though betrayals attempted to wound you and false battles sought to drain your strength, none have succeeded in stealing your true inheritance, for divine power has shielded you at every turn. The call to immediate obedience and faith is, therefore, more than a request. It is a command for your safety and elevation, for delayed obedience becomes disobedience, but swift faith brings miracles into manifestation. Transformation across all life areas is assured, and you will see finances shift, debts dissolve, opportunities appear, relationships healed or divinely rearranged, and health and peace settle into your life in ways that bring lasting stability. Those who plotted harm against you will witness their own undoing, not by your hand but by the justice of heaven, for the tables are turning, and what was meant for evil is being turned into good. 3 key movements of change define this season with precision. First, clarity that removes confusion, empowering you to discern truth and choose peace. Second, provision that flows as divine abundance, supplying both needs and dreams while connecting you to people and opportunities that align with destiny. And third, visibility that allows your unique light to shine without striving, so that your work, your gifts, and your voice naturally influence and inspire without exhausting your soul. Healing and perfection of your pain will mark this journey as well. For the deep wounds that lingered within you are being touched by divine hands, transformed into wisdom, compassion, and resilience, while forgiveness unlocks the door to freedom and bridges the gap between past sorrows and future wholeness. This healing is not partial but complete, restoring every fragmented piece of your being into unity and peace. Divine acceleration of growth is another gift, as time itself seems to compress, multiplying your progress so that what took others years will take you months, and what seemed distant will suddenly be within reach. A small sign will come first to encourage you, and then greater doors will burst open, confirming that acceleration is underway. Household and relationship restoration follows, as laughter, joy, and peace return to places that once echoed with conflict or silence, and cycles of dysfunction break under the weight of love and forgiveness. Even the hardest hearts will find softening, and spaces of separation will see healing and reconnection, for divine order is being established in your home. Guidance for your work and creativity is being poured out as ideas flow like streams, paired with opportunities to manifest them, for your kindness, humility, and excellence will be the very keys that open doors of influence and establish your place in new spheres of purpose. Letting go and walking new paths will be necessary, for not every door is meant to remain open, and some exits must be taken without apology. Yet as you step forward, you will trust divine leading even in the absence of clear explanation, knowing that the shepherd never abandons his own. Health renewal and strength are being released, replacing exhaustion with vitality, stress with balance, and weakness with steady power. Your strength will not come in fleeting bursts but in sustainable energy that carries you consistently forward. Identity and calling are being affirmed as heaven whispers over you that you are chosen, necessary, and significant. You were crafted intentionally, not randomly, and your purpose is clear and deliberate. You will walk with confidence, knowing you are called personally by God and upheld by divine favor. Mentors and allies are being aligned to your path, bringing not only encouragement but also correction, for both are essential to growth. These voices will arrive at the right time with the right words, lifting you when you falter and guiding you when you stray. Fear will no longer hold power over you, for you will confront it with wisdom and love, discerning truth from deception and choosing courage over suspicion. Love will become your foundation, not because circumstances are easy, but because love reflects the divine nature within you and drives away fear. The invitation to act now echoes again with urgency. Complete what has been delayed, take steps that have been avoided, sow seeds that have been postponed, for the time to move is now, not later. Place every plan and every task into God's hands with intentionality, knowing that heaven is aligning change on your behalf. Assurance of peace amid change will steady you, for peace is not the absence of struggle but the presence of God, and even when storms surround you, your calm spirit will testify of divine strength, speaking louder than chaos and silencing fear. With this comes the promise of divine favor and elevation, for crowns of honor will be placed upon you, lifting you into places of influence, and even those who opposed you will be astonished at your rising, unable to deny the hand of God upon your life. This elevation will not fade, for it is permanent, sealed by divine decree and rooted in eternal purpose rather than temporary approval. And as this message draws toward blessing, final encouragement comes. Blessings are being spoken over every new beginning you step into, every ending you leave behind, and every transition you navigate in between. Gratitude is the golden key that unlocks these doors, and as you walk in thankfulness, you will not miss divine appointments but instead recognize and embrace them with open hands. This is the message of massive change, carried by Archangel Michael with urgency, assurance, and love, declaring that the time is now, the shift is here, and the miracle is unfolding before your very eyes. Beloved soul, as the message deepens, understand that the unfolding of this divine plan is not merely about isolated blessings but about a complete and holistic transformation of your life that touches every sphere, bringing balance, renewal, and wholeness where there was once fragmentation, lack, or despair. Archangel Michael assures you that your story is entering a new chapter where faith will not be abstract but tangible, manifesting in visible results, healed wounds, restored relationships, and opportunities that position you to walk fully in your calling. This is not the time to question your worth or doubt your readiness, for heaven has declared you prepared, chosen, and equipped for this very moment, and every experience in your past has been a training ground for the destiny you are stepping into now. The urgency remains, not because heaven is impatient but because alignment is delicate, and to delay your obedience is to risk misaligning with opportunities that will not return in the same way again. You are reminded that massive changes are already underway, like a river breaking through a dam, and the flow cannot be stopped. Doors are opening, barriers are crumbling, and what was once inaccessible is now within reach. These changes are not random but strategic, positioned to elevate you and confirm that divine timing is perfect. Your struggles have been recognized and honored by heaven, For the tears you wept in silence and the battles you endured in secret are the very testimony that heaven is now using to release blessings openly, for what was hidden is now being revealed, and what was lost is now being restored with increase. The restoration coming is not limited to one area but touches finances, health, relationships, and peace of mind, ensuring that you are not only restored but vindicated, lifted, and honored where once you were overlooked. Spiritual warfare has been fierce, but divine protection has never failed. For Archangel Michael has guarded you from unseen plots, shielded you from betrayals, and ensured that false battles never succeeded in stealing your true inheritance. In this safety, you are now being called to walk boldly in obedience, for faith requires action, and action in faith will draw forth miracles that obedience alone unlocks. Transformation across your life is certain, for the old cycles are breaking and new realities are being birthed. Your finances will no longer be marked by lack but by provision, your health will no longer be marked by exhaustion but by strength, your relationships will no longer be marked by conflict but by peace, and your inner world will no longer be marked by fear but by stability and clarity. Those who mocked or doubted you will see the tables turn, for divine justice will reveal the truth and silence falsehood. Expect 3 specific movements of change that will confirm this shift: clarity that lifts the fog and allows you to see truth plainly, empowering you to make choices rooted in peace; provision that ensures not only survival but abundance, connecting you to resources, people, and opportunities designed to align with your destiny; and visibility that allows your unique light to shine without striving, so that others are drawn not to your effort but to your authentic purpose. In the midst of this, healing will flow to the deepest wounds you carried, wounds that others may not even have known existed, but which heaven has always seen. These wounds will not remain as scars of defeat but will be transformed into wisdom and strength, becoming the very foundation from which you minister, lead, or serve others. Forgiveness will no longer be a heavy burden but a natural outflow, releasing you from the past and building bridges to wholeness and peace. Growth will accelerate beyond measure, compressing what seemed like years into months, what seemed like months into days, for divine acceleration is upon you, and you will marvel at how quickly dreams manifest and opportunities multiply. A small sign will confirm this acceleration, and then greater doors will open, leading you into places you once thought unattainable. Household restoration is also guaranteed, as laughter, joy, and peace return to your home, and cycles of conflict give way to harmony and love. Even relationships that seemed beyond repair will see healing as divine grace softens hearts and bridges gaps. Guidance for your work and creativity is also part of this divine plan, for fresh ideas will flow, and with them the right opportunities to act on them, ensuring that your gifts are not wasted but fully realized. Excellence, humility, and kindness will be your keys, unlocking doors of influence and establishing you in new spheres of purpose. Some doors will close, and some paths will end, but this is not loss. It is divine redirection, ensuring that you walk only where life, peace, and purpose await. Health renewal will accompany you, bringing balance, vitality, and sustainable energy to replace the exhaustion of old seasons, ensuring that you are not merely surviving but thriving. Identity and calling are being affirmed, as heaven declares you chosen, deliberate, and necessary, crafted with precision for a unique role that no one else can fulfill. Walk with confidence in this identity, for it is sealed by divine authority. Mentors and allies are being aligned to you, bringing wisdom, correction, and encouragement at just the right moments, helping you grow and strengthening you when needed. Fear will no longer bind you, for you will confront it with wisdom and love, choosing courage and truth over suspicion and doubt, and walking in love as your foundation. The invitation to act now comes again with renewed urgency. Finish what has been delayed, pursue what has been postponed, sow seeds of faith, and act with purpose, for the hour is now. Peace will surround you in the midst of all change, reminding you that peace is not the absence of conflict but the presence of God, steadying you even as storms swirl around. Favor and elevation will be your portion, as crowns of honor and unexpected promotion rest upon you, silencing enemies and surprising even those who never believed in you. This elevation will not fade, for it is rooted in divine decree, permanent and eternal. Blessings are being spoken over every beginning, every ending, and every transition, and gratitude will unlock even greater doors as you walk forward in thankfulness. This message, carried by Archangel Michael, is a call to faith, a declaration of transformation, and a reminder that the time is now, the season has shifted, and you are stepping into the fullness of your divine destiny. Beloved and chosen one, as this message of massive change approaches its conclusion, you are invited to open your heart wider than ever before and fully receive the flood of divine wisdom and encouragement being poured out upon you. Know with certainty that the transformation promised to you is not temporary or fragile but permanent and enduring, rooted in the eternal will of God and safeguarded by the guardianship of Archangel Michael. Every word delivered to you has been orchestrated with precision so that you may no longer live in doubt or hesitation but step boldly into the unfolding miracle that is your destiny. You are reminded again that this is not merely a season of blessings but an entire shift in the fabric of your life, a divine turning of the page, a rewriting of your story, and a restoration of everything you thought lost, stolen, or denied. Archangel Michael assures you that the heaviness of the past has served its purpose and will no longer weigh you down, for those burdens are being exchanged for the lightness of joy, peace, and clarity. Every obstacle, every betrayal, every hidden battle you endured in silence has been converted into strength, wisdom, and testimony, and now these will propel you forward into new realms of influence and victory. This moment requires immediate obedience, for the power of faith is unlocked not in passive waiting but in bold action. What you do next matters deeply, for divine acceleration is unfolding, and your willingness to step into new paths will determine the fullness of what you receive. The heavens are aligned to open opportunities for you, but only your decision to act in courage can secure them. You are reminded that peace will not always be the absence of storms but the assurance of divine presence within the storm, and this presence guarantees that you cannot fail when you walk in faith. Your transformation will not be confined to one sphere. It will ripple across finances, relationships, health, creativity, and inner peace, bringing harmony where there was chaos and growth where there was stagnation. As you walk in this transformation, gratitude must become your language, for gratitude is the spiritual key that unlocks doors no human hand can open. In thanking God for what has already been done, you magnetize the blessings yet to come. Archangel Michael declares that healing is being perfected in you, not just physically but emotionally and spiritually. Old wounds that threaten to define your future are being rewritten by the balm of divine love, and every scar is being transformed into a source of wisdom, empathy, and strength. The forgiveness you extend will serve as a bridge toward wholeness, lifting you out of cycles of pain and into cycles of peace. This healing is not a temporary relief but a permanent restoration that will give you the endurance and energy to embrace the destiny ahead. With healing comes growth, and this growth will no longer be slow or delayed but accelerated. What once took years will now take months. What once seemed impossible will now be effortless, for divine acceleration compresses time itself in your favor. Expect signs of this growth to appear, beginning with small confirmations and escalating into undeniable breakthroughs. Household restoration is also part of this promise. Relationships that felt irreparable will see new life, laughter will fill your home again, and cycles of conflict will break under the weight of reconciliation and love. This restoration will not only heal your household but also create a ripple effect that touches generations to come, breaking generational patterns and establishing a legacy of peace and unity. Guidance will also flow for your work and creativity, as divine ideas pour into your spirit, paired with the right opportunities to bring them to life. Your humility, excellence, and kindness will serve as the keys to unlock doors of influence, ensuring that your gifts do not remain hidden but are used for the glory of God and the blessing of others. Some doors will close, and some exits will come without explanation, but you are reminded to trust divine leading. Not every path is meant to continue, and some doors must shut in order for new ones to open. Letting go is not a loss but a repositioning, for every step away from what no longer serves you brings you closer to what is divinely prepared for you. Health renewal is also being promised, as exhaustion gives way to energy, weakness gives way to strength, and stress gives way to balance. Your body, mind, and spirit will align in harmony, allowing you to thrive consistently rather than live in fleeting bursts of energy. Your identity and calling are being reaffirmed. You are not random, forgotten, or insignificant. You are chosen, deliberate, and irreplaceable. Heaven has sealed your calling with authority, and you are being equipped with the confidence to walk in it boldly. Mentors and allies will arrive to support and guide you, bringing correction where needed and encouragement where you falter. You are not meant to walk this path alone, and divine alignment ensures that the right voices will speak into your journey at the right times. Fear will no longer rule you, for you will confront it with wisdom and love, discerning truth from lies, and choosing courage over suspicion. Love will become your natural response, not weakness but strength, for love reflects the divine essence within you and drives away all fear. The invitation to act now cannot be ignored. This is the moment to complete delayed tasks, to sow seeds you have withheld, and to boldly step into the assignments waiting for you. Place your plans into God's hands intentionally, and watch as every action of faith yields multiplied results. Peace will walk with you through all of this, not as the absence of trouble but as the presence of divine assurance, anchoring you in stability even when circumstances shift suddenly. Favor and elevation are your inheritance, as crowns of honor are placed upon you, lifting you into places you never imagined possible. Even those who opposed you will witness your rise and be unable to deny the hand of God upon you. This elevation is not fleeting but permanent, rooted in divine decree and sealed by eternal purpose. Finally, blessings are spoken over your entire journey, your beginnings, your endings, and every transition in between. Gratitude will be your key to unlocking greater doors, ensuring that you never miss divine appointments but always recognize them with clarity and joy. As Archangel Michael concludes this message, you are reminded that this is not the end but the beginning of a new chapter in your life, a chapter marked by transformation, restoration, acceleration, and elevation. You are called to walk forward with boldness, faith, and gratitude, knowing that heaven has already gone before you to prepare the way. The divine message of massive change has been delivered with love, urgency, and truth, and now the choice is yours to step into its reality. And as you carry this message into your heart and daily life, remember that guidance, encouragement, and divine insight are available to you continually. If this message has touched your spirit and awakened something within you, I invite you to join me on a journey of continual inspiration, growth, and divine alignment by connecting with Archangel Inspire on YouTube. There, messages of wisdom, empowerment, and heavenly guidance await to keep you strong, uplifted, and reminded of your calling. Subscribing is not just about following a channel. It is about stepping into a community of light, encouragement, and divine purpose, where your faith will be nurtured and your journey continually strengthened. Let Archangel Inspire be your source of clarity and renewal in the days ahead, for just as this message has awakened your heart, many more are waiting to sustain your spirit and guide your steps. Subscribe today and continue to walk in the assurance that heaven is with you. Archangel Michael stands beside you, and your best days are unfolding now.